Jessica Easthope. Hundreds of pilgrims across Brooklyn and Queens are counting down the days. They will soon head out on a pilgrimage to Portugal, attending World Youth Day with hundreds of thousands of young people from around the globe. Ahead of the journey, Bishop Robert Brennan gave them a proper send-off with a mass. Currents News' Katie Vasquez has that story from Douglaston, Queens.
Hundreds of young people gathered in prayer this Sunday to prepare for a pilgrimage to Portugal. The Bishop of Brooklyn, Robert Brennan, blessed the crowd at a send-off mass at the Immaculate Conception Center in Douglaston, Queens. In a week, he, along with 340 pilgrims from across Brooklyn and Queens, will go to Lisbon for World Youth Day. The week-long event with Pope Francis is designed to bring the youth closer to the faith. Bishop Brennan says he expects this year's group will not only enrich their faith there, but help spread it to others.
So I have great hope and confidence in the young people who are going now. They'll bring their gifts back right away and put those into action and hopefully be a witness to other people.
Laura DeCastro can't wait for the trip. This will be her second World Youth Day. She's excited for this trip because she understands the power the pilgrimage has.
You know, considering us being teens, and we may distance ourselves a little bit from our faith when we're here at home because we're so comfortable. When we're there, it's going to be a whole other experience, in my opinion, and we're just going to be more connected to our faith and to the Lord.
Joshua Rivera is still in disbelief that he's heading to World Youth Day. He distanced himself from the church for a decade after being confirmed. Now he's prepared to share his faith with hundreds of thousands of young Catholics.
Came back after around like 10 years, so, and now I'm like, my foot is on the throttle. I'm like ready to go.
Director of Youth and Young Adult Ministry, Father James Caroli, organized the pilgrimage to Portugal for the Diocese of Brooklyn pilgrims, working with the group Peter's Way Tours. He reminded the group to pack comfortable shoes and an open heart.
A beautiful sight to see these young people who have opened their hearts in such a way to go on pilgrimage, to have this experience.
The pilgrims plan to spend the next week getting all the necessary items packed away before they head out on the 30th. In Douglaston, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
One group of pilgrims from the Diocese of Brooklyn is already in Portugal. 1 week ago, Brooklyn pilgrims from the Neo-Catechumenal Way received their send-off by Bishop Brennan. The group is a post-Vatican II Catholic charism that trains members to grow in their faith. As Katie mentioned, this coming Sunday, the remaining Brooklyn pilgrims will be heading to Lisbon, and leading the way is Bishop of Brooklyn, Robert Brennan. He joins us now to talk more about the pilgrimage. Hi, Bishop.
Hi there. I'm really glad to join you. Thank you, Jessica.
Bishop, we just heard in Katie's package how excited you are to bring this year's group to World Youth Day. What are you most looking forward to them experiencing?
I think that it's very important that we have that sense of solidarity. One of the great gifts of World Youth Day is that in the midst of a world where we're made to feel as if we're really all alone in what we believe and how we want to live our lives, to see another million young people having the same faith, but also being excited about it, being joyful about it, that really rubs off. So one is that sense of solidarity with one another, but then all together, a key theme that I keep hammering home is the encounter with Jesus Christ. That's really what this is all about.
And Bishop, you touched on it just now, but what should these pilgrims be getting out of World Youth Day? What do you want them to remember when they come back home?
First of all, I'd like them to have a happy memory of their expression of their faith. Faith was never meant to be something heavy, a burden, a sorrow, but living the life of faith is meant to be joyful and invigorating. And if nothing else, World Youth Day is joyful and invigorating. So that's that, and then that confidence that I spoke of having had that encounter with Christ, that friendship with Christ, that be a source of strength in all things.
And Bishop, you've been to 7 of them, so we have to ask, what is your favorite World Youth Day memory?
You know, I have some interesting memories, whether it be all the people gathered together on the beach at Panama. That was sort of a change of venue, but that was an exciting kind of gathering. I remember Poland, the great places to visit. But I'll tell you something. One of my most vivid memories is not World Youth Day. It goes before World Youth Day in 1979. As like a precursor to World Youth Day, Pope John Paul II visited New York, visited Madison Square Garden, and gathered the young people. I have a photo of that event in my room over here at Douglaston, and it's a constant reminder to me that was one of those most transformative moments for me. I knew I wanted to be a priest, but that moment was just so exciting that it really made me want to be the kind of priest that the Pope was portraying.
And Bishop, as you know, getting young people back to their faith is one of the biggest challenges of the global church. How does the Diocese of Brooklyn keep that momentum going much beyond World Youth Day?
I would say two things. One is World Youth Day didn't just begin for these pilgrims this week. They've been working for the past 5 years doing practical things to get ready to go, raising the funds and things like that, but also spiritual preparation. So they've been meeting on the first Friday of each month to pray together. And we want to continue that momentum. The other observation that I would make is that while it is true that far too many young people are involved in the church as we would like to see, those who are really on fire with the faith. And so one of my great hopes is that this experience will keep that fire going for these particularly young people.
Diocese of Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jessica, and looking forward to your prayers during these days.
Be sure to tune in to Currents News and the Tablet all next week as we continue to give you the latest World Youth Day coverage. That is this Currents News update. I'm Jessica Easthope. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.
Praise dancing is another way to pray at St. Bonaventure St. Benedict the Moor in Jamaica, and one woman is taking the steps to grow this ministry.
Get in the spirit, look up, talk to God.
How Paulita DaCosta Campbell makes up the pulse of the parish, Wednesday on Currents News.